JOLTs are just-in-time online learning tools, and they're designed to serve two purposes. First, they're for content that's actually pretty complicated to understand that a student might want to revisit time and time again. They're also for frequently used content so that you can essentially pull it out of a course and use it in a lot of different places.
JOLTs are different from all other online platforms in that they're short, they cover a very specific piece of material, they have supplemental material attached to it, so students never need to leave the platform of the JOLTs, and they're well planned out.
A lot of the focus of online content these days is focused on MOOCs, or these large courses, and of course I have experience teaching a MOOC myself. They're completely different. These JOLTs are designed to be used asynchronously so students can access them whenever they want, and also they can be used in a very short period of time, maybe an hour or two.
Oftentimes students, for example, might be reading a book and get stuck at a certain concept, and then you keep going and you're kind of lost. Well, what do? Normally maybe they turn to Wikipedia, or they ask a friend, or they wait for office hours. But in the JOLT situation, they can search around for other supplemental material that helps clarify the point on which they were confused. As a mind model for JOLTs, you can think of it something like this, if this were the UI, although in reality we have another team working on this UI. So you might have some core material right here, so the major video or material you're presenting, maybe right in the center of the screen, large, and then you have maybe some supplemental material below it. So these could be videos or text, or maybe slides or quizzes. And if you had more information, more supplemental material, you could scroll down and everything would stay in the page. And then you might, lastly, we also will have some maybe external links that would be up here. So everything in the JOLT is self-contained. If you clicked on it, it would show up in the UI page, and you'd have as much supplemental material as you would want. So the way JOLTs work is, before we record any material, before we publish anything, the instructor should think about what key topic they want to present, and then meet with both myself for the planning process and make sure that everything will fit into the platform and into our model, along with meeting with Ben to just make sure they understand the recording process for the videos.
One thing I'm really excited about is we are going to work with a style I like to call a cooking show format, which is where we have 2 to 3 camera angles that we can switch between to focus on what's important in the JOLT video. So we'd have one camera angle on the professor when he's explaining something very important to the students. We'll have another camera angle on the board when he's demonstrating something like an important algorithm.
If the pre-production planning process goes well, everything should go really smoothly in the studio. You come in, you turn the camera on, you turn the lights on, we get everything set up, we make sure you look great, and then we start recording. Once you've already come in and recorded all your material, it can be really beneficial to sit down with Ben and make sure that the editing process goes how you would like it to.
It is really helpful for me, the editor, if the professor engages with the editing, the post-production process. It's another pair of eyes, another pair of ears that are very attuned to the material that we've recorded, and they can better help me decide which angles to cut to, have a consistent tone, have a consistent style, which ultimately helps the student, the viewer, better engage with the material.
These are ways for me to create content around material that I use very frequently in my classes. And here's one of the ways that I plan on using them. I can give the students these JOLTs to use before class, so it saves us a lot of time in class.
JOLTs are beneficial to professors because they allow them to really capture their best teaching ability all at once. They have completely planned videos along with completely planned supplemental material, all focused on the key topic that they think is most important. I hope you're as excited as we are about JOLTs. If you have any questions, feel free to email or stop by ICME during normal business hours, and we look forward to working with you in the future.